2.1, allocation of community development block grant CDBG funds for fiscal year 2018-19 program year. Recommendation, staff recommends that the City Council adopt a resolution entitled Resolution Number 2017-49.
Staff report on this.
Thank you, Mayor and Council members. The city was notified by EDA at the county and HUD on August 17th about its fiscal year 2018-2019 application process. Our CDBG, excuse me, I'm just going to say block grant because that word CDBG always stumbles me. The block grant for that fiscal year amount is $147,699. This amount, $20,677, which represents 14%, can be allocated to nonprofit public service organizations. As you know from past years, eligible projects must meet one of the following HUD criteria related to the benefit to low and moderate income persons, prevent or eliminate slums or blight, and then meet other urgent community development needs. So in terms of the application process, on August 23rd, staff published a CDBG funding notice in the press enterprise and prepared a press release. This began a 30-day application period, which ended on September 21st. On September 7th, Jeanette and I hosted a public forum and workshop for the nonprofit organizations applying for funds. We had 5 people in attendance at that meeting. October 11th, tonight, is our required public hearing with the City Council. And then October 30th is the deadline to submit all the applications, including the city's application. So the city did receive 4 applications from nonprofit, totaling about $60,750. We got an application from the Assistance League for $15,000 to fund their Operation School Bell program. Second was helping our people of Elsinore. They requested $25,000 for their local food pantry program. Our third application was from Merit Housing, $10,750 to fund director salary and senior transportation program. And then Rancho Damacitas Children and Family Services has requested $10,000 for their foster youth SOAR program. That should all have been capitals. So the proposed city projects for fiscal year, in the past you've seen code enforcement and other items. The federal government has decided to nix code enforcement from the CDBG program. They have determined that it's very difficult to monitor all the different agencies throughout the country. So those are no longer eligible for funding, so that's why you do not see the application. So the city's request tonight is for the balance of the funds, the $127,021 for our SEDCO Mission Trail Sidewalk Construction Project. We've been funded previous years by EDA and HUD for design services. Right now we're getting ready to complete those design. And then the next allotment we have is we have some money banked, about $116,000 for construction services. This money, the $127,000, will be added to that. We're also going to be working with EDA to find other monies that aren't being spent at the county level to fund the entirety of that sidewalk project. If you have any questions about that, Dan's here to be able to give you some specific details. So this is our summary of the project proposals. Kind of just summarize what I just said. We have $60,750 total requested, but only $20,677 available. So it'll be up to the City Council tonight to determine if they want to fund 1, 2, 3, 4, or any portion thereof for the public service agencies, and I believe they are here. I did contact 2 directly to let them know again about tonight's meeting, as well as I left phone messages with the other 2. Oh, at the end? That's the end. So that concludes staff's presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions. Sorry. I thought we had another slide, it just went blank.
Okay, well, do we have any public comments?
Yes, we do.
Okay, bring them on, let's hear it.
First up is Gina Castoro.
Council, staff, and members of the audience. Now, I'm speaking tonight They're all wonderful nonprofits. I'm hoping maybe that you can divvy it up and everybody can get a little piece of the pie, but the food bank is one of the nonprofits that directly impact our local citizens here in Elsinore and in Wildomar. I've had the pleasure and opportunity to volunteer, and so I know there's a great need, especially off holiday years. And so if you could give that consideration, thank you.
Next up is Dorcas Schachtman.
Good evening, council members, mayor. My name is Dorcas Schachtman, and I represent the Assistance League. I'd first like to say thank you to the city of Wildomar for all the support that you've provided us in the past for our Operation School Bell program. The local chapter of Assistance League was founded in 1989 as an all-volunteer nonprofit organization. We're asking for CDBG funding for Operation School Bell. This program provides new school clothing to students that live in poverty and reside in the Temecula, Murrieta, Menifee, Romaland, and Lake Elsinore school districts, which include students living in Wildomar. In the 2016-17 school year, Operation School Bell provided new school clothing to 2,095 disadvantaged students. This number included 729 students in the Lake Elsinore school district, with 123 of these living in Wildomar. Lake Elsinore School District, 88% of these students meet the HUD income designation of extremely low and very low income. Top on the list of recipients are foster youth and homeless students, and those students that are determined to be socioeconomically disadvantaged. Qualified students are referred to the program by school health clerks. Each student is scheduled for an evening shopping event at a Kohl's or Target department store. They shop with their parents and make school clothing choices that are within their budget. Each child gets to choose up to $125 in new school clothing. The students that participate in Operation School Bell are those same students that the city of Wildomar is committed to helping with services that will make their life better. Studies have shown that children who come to school appropriately dressed have improved school attendance and classroom performance. Having appropriate school clothing eliminates the distraction of peer ridicule and improves the students' self-esteem, allowing students to focus on their education. To quote a young student who was leaving the department store with his bag full of new clothes and shoes, "This is the best day of my life." Thank you for helping Operation School Bell to make a difference in the lives of these students. We couldn't do it without partners like you. Thank you very much.
Did you just do one recently in Lake Elsinore at Target?
Yes, we did. And actually,
I had some people come and tell me what an experience that it was.
good.
That some of these children had their personal shoppers, that there were people there to help them make decisions and to look for
Yes.
clothes. They had their own special checkout line. They were just so impressed and so excited to get a pair of shoes.
Shoes
It
are
was
a big
heartbreaking.
deal.
Yeah, it was a big
It's
deal.
really special.
And to have somebody there to actually help them and show them.
And I have to say that we're working with Wells Fargo Bank this year. We have a coordinator, and they have provided us between 4 and 10 volunteers for each evening. And we started dressing the beginning of September. We still have 4 more dressings to go. And we've had Wells Fargo volunteers there every night. We invite the community to come and help. And it's just a wonderful evening. And unless you've been there.
These little girls were so excited. It was
Good.
really
Thank you
something
very
to
much.
see. And the adult that is taking care of them right now is just as excited.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. That makes it all worth it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Dorcas, I was going to come Monday. I didn't plan on coming, but with the Fire 91 shut down, it took me so long to get home I didn't make it. But Maybe if you send us the dates, I can make the next one.
Okay, I will do that. Tomorrow night.
Okay. You have a chamber mix too. What time?
Tomorrow night, actually this one will be in Marietta, but it is for the Lake Elsinore
Okay,
School.
just email me. We have 2 other meetings tomorrow night.
Okay, yeah, okay, we have some next week too.
It was great to hear.
Next speaker is Cheryl Peterson.
Good evening, Mayor and Council members. I'm happy to be here. My name is Cheryl Peterson from Rancho Damacitas. We are a foster youth campus, and we have been in business as a nonprofit for 35 years. We have 5 cottage homes with 30 beds. We serve foster youth that are referred by Department of Social Services, Child Protective Services, SELPA, and adoptive agencies. All of these children are presumed clientele coming from abused families according to HUD, and they come from all the cities within Riverside County. We have several programs that we do at our foster youth campus. We have therapy, both individual and group, for the families and the children. We have an evidence-based behavioral program that we follow for the children. We also have an educational program. Several of our foster youth become uncomfortable going to school, so we have a tutor come in and they're either homeschooled or they go to a charter school, or we help them with their homework. In addition to that, we have a SOAR program. We try to offer a normalcy to the children, and when doing that, we like to provide things such as children's enrichment activities, which include money for sports activities, league equipment, lessons in the arts. Some of our children, participate in water polo or football or baseball. Also, we have special holidays, events, camps are very necessary, and other supplemental needs. Our SOAR program is important because it's good for our age group that's between 16 and 18, where our youth need to get ready to be employed, and so we help them out with resume writing and interview techniques, job search. We also offer financial literacy because several of our youth come to us and they do not have any idea of how to save money or anything about banking. And also we promote education. Not only do we help them on the campus to obtain their high school degree, but we also promote going to college fairs and help them pursue the requirements to go into college. We're asking tonight for funds to support our SOAR program and would appreciate your consideration in this matter.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions? Thank you.
Our last speaker is Brett Masters.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, members of the council. I'm here representing Hope, Inc., the food pantry, helping our people of Lake Elsinore. I think a couple of you might recognize me. I'm also with another organization called the Dream Center. I want to say thank you and express our gratitude. I don't think we applied last year as a food pantry, but I think in prior years we had. We really appreciate the support and the opportunity to share tonight our mission and vision for the future. I'm sure many of you know about Hope, helping our people of Elsinore. They've been around for about 27 years as a food pantry, started by a group of churches with a very simple motivation of wanting to help those who are marginalized in the community. The most vulnerable for 3 decades have been having their needs met through Hope. This would be the 15% or so at or below the poverty level. If we break that down, we're talking about a monthly budget of around $1,800 a month. You guys can do the math. If the average rent in Wildomar is about $1,400, I'm sure there's lower rents, but that doesn't leave a whole lot to work with when it comes to keeping the lights on and affording transportation, clothing, all the other needs of a household. So our pantry is open for business every week. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, serving clients from 9 a.m. to noon. We serve about 50 to 60 new families every month. These are qualified families that are in addition to the existing caseload that we're supplying food and meeting needs for. There's also a remote location right on Canyon, Grace Point Nazarene Church. Pastor Wink opens his doors once a month. They're serving about 250 families there as well. I'd say most of them are probably from the Sedco area, but there's definitely a large contingent being served in Wildomar. So I just want to share a minute about what I'm passionate about and the direction that Hope is going. We want to give people a hand up and not just a handout. And a lot of times I think food pantries do more of the latter. We're passionate about empowering people through relationship, through mentorship, through accountability, to go from a place of dependency towards self-sufficiency. The basis of any healthy community are healthy families and individuals. And none of us are better than those who are the worst off in our community. And so we're passionate about building a process and rethinking how Hope operates from the very highest point: mission, vision, core values. I guess I failed to mention, but I'm fairly new as the director of Hope. We're working together to rethink how we do what we do, why we do what we do, and how we can be more effective at giving people an opportunity through that mentorship, through a process of life transformation, so that they can get out of that place of dependency and then invest back in the community. So appreciate the time again. If you have any questions, let me know, but we really appreciate the support. It means a lot to us.
Any questions?
So Brett, are you the new, because we've been supporting Hope when it was Ron, and then it was Steve Falk, I think, and then,
Yep.
So now are you the person in charge?
Yeah, so I didn't want to spend too much time. I figured you'd ask me. So Steve Falk resigned.
Okay.
And earlier this year, I was on the board, and so was Wink, Pastor Wink of Grace Point. So at that point, we kind of looked at all cards on the table and decided, we need to figure out a way to keep Hope going. The 30-year legacy is too much to just kind of let it fall apart. And so Wink and I have decided to co-direct for a season. We're looking for a director. Part of the funds eventually that we're going to be seeking are going to be to cover a director's salary. I really admire and respect Ron Hewison, but one of the things he never did was carve out a part of the budget to pay somebody to run the thing.
Right.
And so you've got this huge operation that takes ungodly amounts of time to run. And, good luck finding your replacement to succeed at, what his legacy was. So he couldn't find anybody, and Steve took it on, but he had a unique position, and it eventually stretched him beyond the brink. So he resigned, and again, I'd say the same thing about Steve. An immense amount of admiration and respect for him, but it was just too much for somebody to do full-time work with zero pay. And so we're looking at how can we rethink the way Hope operates so that's sustainable for the long term. Neither Wink or myself want to be the director, but we'll be overseeing the ministry and making sure that it's effective for the long haul.
So Grace Point does it the second and fourth Saturdays. They have a big distribution there.
That's right, it is twice a month.
Because I volunteered over there before. But then Lakeview Chapel does also food distribution on the second and fourth Fridays.
Right.
But that is not through you?
That is through us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think, I'm not sure where the line is between Elsinore and Wildomar, but in my mind I was thinking of Lakeview Chapel as serving more of...
And their address is Elsinore, but they are in Wildomar.
I think that's why we didn't include it in the application.
So technically we have two, because it's the second and fourth Fridays and the
Right.
second and fourth Saturdays.
And there's really 4 remote locations, but those are the 2 that will be closest to Wildomar.
Okay,
Any other questions?
thank you.
Okay, thanks very much.
That's all the speakers I have.
All right. So, with this massive budget we have, I know it's sickening. You would think it would be nice if we had actual some money.
Well, I will throw out my dollars and then let you guys
There you go.
decide from there.
And the total amount we have is the...
22,677. And I broke it down at 10,000 for the assistants, 8,000 for Hope, and 2,677 to Rancho Dominguez.
And Mary
Only because they serve a lot of cities and they're only probably going to be serving 8 people or so from here. And they do a lot of really good fundraisers. I mean, they are the absolute best. But I just felt like these 2 did more for Wildomar
Well, yeah, it just says, I mean, because Assistance League is 120 and Hope is 250 and Rancho is 8. But I'm still disappointed that Merit Housing did the same exact wording as last year's.
But I think what you don't understand, Merit Housing, that runs Merit Housing over there, yes, they are a nonprofit. But that's not who owns it. That project is owned by a huge company, Merit Housing, I believe. It's what the tax rolls say. Everybody that lives there pays rent. We've asked them over and over to even open as a cooling zone for our residents during the summer. And they have to have the air on for their people, and they have the room.
Right.
And we never can seem to get any cooperation, and they don't come here. And to give them money to raise someone's salary doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Well, they did offer for the seniors. So it's a cool center for seniors only, but seniors outside.
See, on all of the bulletins, when we get them, there's always been somewhere else. I've never seen them listed as a cooling center.
So you're saying, Marcia, 10?
10, 8, and 2,677.
I'm fine with it.
I would probably flip those. Assistant leagues, I mean, they have a location they can actually sell stuff, and I love these people. These women are amazing, and all the people that do all that stuff down there. But I don't see where else Hope's gonna maybe get extra help. What's the fundraiser?
Well, the reasoning between the two there was that right now Hope's on the edge.
Yeah.
We're not sure how long they're gonna be able to keep it going the way that it's going. We did come and speak at our Rotary meeting and explained kind of what was going on, and they are having a tough time right now. And food is important there, but after hearing from these little kids and seeing what they do with the kids, I think we have to start with the little ones, and then maybe they won't need food when they get older. And it's not much difference if you want to split it, nine each, you know, I don't have a big problem with that at all. My main concern was that Hope was going to be able to carry on and that there would be somebody there paid. The Assistance League, nobody's paid.
No, I
Don't get a salary.
Well, I understand that, yeah.
So,
Well, you want to split it?
No, yeah, 9,
It's up to you guys.
2, 6, 7, 7. There's nothing, because before we had to do it in 5s or nothing like that.
There's no rules to that, I don't think.
The only rule on that is you can't, if you fund it under 5,000, HUD will likely reject it.
Okay. Oh, well, not sure it's a 2, 6, 7, 7.
then it needs to move up the ladder, I think. I really do. I know what a great job they do. Absolutely for kids that would be on the street and be in trouble and everything else, but I can't see taking away from the other two either.
Okay.
Have they,
We're all paying go to the fundraisers.
have they denied that before?
Because
When we've done the
It
lower
seemed like
ones?
there was something about the 5.
I have to rely on Jeanette, I don't recall from years past, but just in
Or
general.
is it a newer rule?
I know that when they apply, the total requested has to be at least 10,000. But if we give a portion of it, and they're getting a portion from other CDBG funds they applied to, so the total project has to be at least $10,000.
Oh, 10,000.
So you're saying if we give
But we
her
give them,
3,000,
Yeah.
and then another city gives them.
so the requested funds has to be at least $10,000.
So do we know if Rancho has applied in other cities?
They have,
I believe they have, yes. Yeah, like in their application, they
they
listed.
said, yeah.
Yeah, because in the past we have funded like 3,000 for
Okay.
nonprofit, 3,000 for another.
All right, so 9, 9, and the remainder of it.
Right.
That'd be fine.
Okay,
Have a motion for that?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries, all ayes. Can we go, is it 10,000?
No, it's 9,000.
9,000?
9,000 for Hope,
9,000?
and 2,677 for Rancho Domicitas.
Okay. And Rancho, if you would send us a list of when you have your fundraisers, because I know it's super important that we would find out
Isn't there one
also.
coming up if that they spoke at Rotary, was that the same one?
I didn't.
Champions Luncheon is on Friday,
On Friday.
so tomorrow.
Can you come back up for a second, Cheryl?
Sure.
There was a couple that spoke at Rotary, and they were doing a dodgeball fundraiser, was that, I thought that was for you, no?
No, I
Okay,
don't think so. We're having the Champions Luncheon on Friday
on Friday,
at South Coast Winery. Yes, and that raises money for our programs.
okay. Well, do I just send us all the information?
Yes, I will. I'd be
Okay.
happy to, thank you.
Yeah, anytime you have any of those, send it to us.
Okay,
Because I know what you guys do, and especially for the kids that are pushed to the street, and you guys take on that and keep them in places to stay until they get on their feet.
Hardest ones.
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's brutal.
Yes, thank you very much. I will.
And same for Hope and Assistance League too.
Absolutely.
Send it to all.
Alrighty then.